difference, one cup at a time. Tea time. So be sure to grab your tea, grab a seat, and tune in to Miss Liz. Tea time, making a difference, one cup at a time. Tea time, yeah. Tea time, time.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are back for tea time, but we have a special tea time going on this afternoon. So we want to know if you guys can guess who the tea time guest that is sitting in the studio in the back in the green room waiting to come up and share with you all. So I'm just going to slap it on the screen. If you have seen this poster, let me see if I can take myself out. If you have seen this poster, I want you to guess who is my special guest that is on Tea Time today. We had one the other day, Joseph Leonard, and now we have the second one coming. But I'm going to give you a couple clues because the guesses that are out there is who is Miss Liz collaborating with is one guess. The second guess is how many special guests is Miss Liz going to have? That's the second guess. Well, you already know I've had one and we have the second one. So how many do we have? That's an easy one. I just gave you guys the answers if you're paying attention. And the third one is Joseph Leonard's name for that one, but he has already been here. But check the guest pages out because I'm going to be putting a lot of clues and we're going to be doing this with special guests that'll be popping in every month. So we're going to be doing something a little different. But I'm going to give you a clue. Black and white. You can see black. Now we're going to give you a little bit. We're going to play a little bit here. We did a video of black and white. So there's a collaboration of black and white. So who do you think is sitting in the back studio? If you have any guesses, put them in the comments, share. Who do you think Miss Liz has the black and white collection with? Because that's who's sitting in the back. I'm not going to give the name, but I want to see in the comments if any of you guys know who Miss Liz has a black and white collection with. Also, we're going to keep playing along, and I'm going to give you a video. It's going to give her name. So if you can put her name and her business in the comment section before the video is done playing, your name will go into a draw that will be picked during the reunion show in December. We're just going to keep playing all of these different types of games. Miss Liz is just going to twist and turn it all around. We're going to do lots of different things. And we're just going to keep you guys engaged all season long because we already have 95 tea times under Miss Liz's belt for 2023. So we're almost at the big 100. And when 100 comes, you'll see another surprise coming. And we have Adam in the house. So Adam, if you know who the black and white collection is, put it in. We're going to put it in the comments. Send it directly to Miss Liz. If you don't want your name seen, we can do that too. But I'm going to open up a video now and I'm going to play who is sitting in the back. So she doesn't even know that this is done. So I just gave you a clue. She's a she. So we're going to play the video. So if you can put it in the comment before the video is done, your name will go into a draw. So we do have a couple guesses that came in the DM. So I'm gonna put your name in, and you guys will have a chance to win something on the reunion show. So thank you to the three people who threw in those messages. Yes, you did get the right answer, and thank you for paying attention. So let me get my assistant in. She's my IT assistant. She helps me with my website. She helps me with the black and white collection. So let me bring in Marie Harris from Wales. Welcome, Marie. we
Hello. You're right.
actually got a couple guesses. That was like awesome. I was just like, oh, yes, yes, we got it. So now that we have Marie, and we're going to put Marie's banner up. There we go. So, Marie, we're going to talk about your business, the MH Biz, and all the cool stuff that you do. So, do you want to share a little bit when it started, how you got the logo, how you got all that good stuff? We're going to just keep push, 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 push.
Of course. So MH Biz has only been around since May 2023. Officially launched on the 1st of June 2023. Although I was doing a few odd bits and pieces before that this year, just leading up to sort of the launch and everything. I've said for years that I've wanted my own business and never kind of thought that really I'd get anything done. But for the last 2-3 years, things have changed. I've relocated, things have moved, and I've kind of changed myself an awful lot in different things and everything that I've done and things that I've done. Like when I was at uni, I went to uni and I graduated as an IT graduate. So I do actually have a full degree in IT as well. So it's not just something that I've picked up along the way. I am fully qualified as well in my IT things that I've done. And I lost the passion for it a little bit with things that had happened along the way. And when I was thinking about things and I relocated and I moved, and being a single mum, obviously I've moved to a brand new area. I've moved countries technically. For those in the UK that know, England is classed as a different country to Wales. So I have kind of relocated to a different country. So when I was thinking about businesses, I was like looking out there and I was like, I need to bring my IT into it because that's where my expertise is. But I also did a little bit when I was running car clubs back in the day. So yes, I am a car enthusiast. Back in the day where I was doing like stickers and t-shirt printing and stuff, and I was working with a guy who was doing our printing for us, but I was working alongside him. So I kind of love that side of things as well. So obviously I've kind of got my printing side of things and my IT side of things, but my IT is my biggest thing at the moment to try and get out there and do. Due to health issues that I've now had come up in the last year, I am having to kind of rethink things a little bit more. So hence the IT's come out. And when I was like looking at the business and stuff, I was like, do you know what? There is so much I can offer under just the IT branch itself. So from like my PA roles and my IT assistant roles, like with yourself, Elizabeth, I'm in the process of building online courses as well. So people will be able to do online courses. I will eventually be getting them put into books. So people that are not tech savvy in the slightest can buy the book instead. So I will be converting my courses into books. So you can have the book if you prefer than doing an online course. So I'm doing that as well, but also I build websites, I design websites, I do graphics and logos. Most things IT wise I do. I offer I will be doing workshops further down the line, as well as my logos, my blogs, my IT blogs. So my blogs I do in 3 halves. So I do a printing blog, a life blog, and an IT blog. So I cover a bit of everything to do with me in IT sense, print sense, and general life as being a single mum. So I kind of cover an awful lot, really. But when you look out there, most people, when they look at wanting services for their businesses, they have to go to 2 or 3 or 4 different people because they can't get a company that will do their website and host their website for them and maintain their website for them and print them business cards and do them flyers and do all their work. You can't get a company that will cover all of it, whereas I can. So what makes me different and unique in what I put together is the fact that people only need to go to one person because I can cover everything. So that's kind of where it is. And then obviously I designed my logo myself, nice, plain, modern, simple and easy, but it stands out at the same time. And obviously it brings in the blue and the purple, which purple is my daughter's favourite colour. My favourite colour is red, but the red and purple wouldn't work together. So the next best thing is the blue, to bring the blue through, which does still have significance to me. It's just not my colour. As you can tell, my bedding is blue. So I do have blue in me. It's just my favourite colour is red. So I cover an awful lot of different things, but my main area of IT expertise is my IT side, which obviously is why I've got my coaching as well that I offer. So I offer a lot on the IT side opposed to the printing side, where it is just literally I print t-shirts, hoodies, and lots of different things. So
Yeah, you do amazing stuff. Like, check this out. This is what we have
prime
for black and
example,
white stuff. We have pencil cases, right? Who has pencil cases
we
out
do.
there? Not too many people, because we want to teach educational awareness. We want you to put your pencils in, and we want you to do the work. So
Yeah.
grab yourself one of these on Maria's website. You can check out the black and white collection that we have together on Marie's website, on Miss Liz's website. We are both piggybacking off of each other on the
We
website.
are
So
indeed.
if you can't get to Marie's website, you can always message me, and I can always say, no, click there, and we can get you there.
Yeah.
So we have hoodies, we have aprons, we have pencil cases, we have muscle shirts. Well, some people call them the V shirt, but we
Best
call them muscle shirts here.
Yeah.
T-shirts, hoodies. What am I missing?
Mugs.
Oh, the mugs. Yes, the mugs. We have the magic mugs, which I have shared. So when you put the hot water in, it actually opens up and shows Miss Liz's brand. So there's a lot of cool things. So, and Marie is really open to working with you, and she is a night person. So if you are in Canada or United States, she does do a lot of work at nighttime.
Yeah.
So
as well.
Right. But you were mentioning the logo, Marie, and I didn't even notice the purple until you mentioned it. I was just like, where? And then I seen, oh, there's like a light as it flows into the blue. I just noticed that, and I was just like, where? There's purple. So I had to look a little, but once you said it, it actually flowed in. I actually caught it. So yeah. So it's just been amazing working with you. Like you're the one that's helping me keep my website the way Miss Liz wants to keep her website, because Marie understands that I want different, and I want to give that message out that I'm different. You know, there are a lot of people. We have lightened up some of the colors, because some of the colors are pretty impact. So we've lightened those up. We're keeping the colors because Miss Liz is colorblind, so I can't see the black on white. I need to be able to see my website, guys. And there are people out there that have vision problems, so we're keeping the colors. We might just lighten them up a little bit more. We're gonna see how my eyes can handle them. And that,
work on a few things, aren't we? And see what's the best way around it to allow for everybody to be able to see it clearly, but still keeping your brand in.
Right. And that's something that you do, Marie, is you keep the brand. Like, you don't take the person's brand away from them. You kind of say, okay, maybe this, less of this, more of this, you know, and we work together as a team. You know, and you don't get that with the personal IT services out there. You don't get that personal touch, that personal, let me check it, you know. And Marie is good. If she changes anything, she's like, go check it. See if you like it. If you don't like it, let me know. So you don't get that with a lot of services. You usually pay them and they do it, and that's it. And that's what you're stuck with. So Marie puts that personal brand on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not my website. I may be working on it. I may have built it, but it's not my website. It's still the client's website. And that's one big thing that I keep, like, with building websites and doing like the PA work as well. Because like Elizabeth, you built your own website, amazing. And obviously I coached you on a few bits and pieces in the background as well when you did get stuck before I come on as your IT assistant. So that's massive for me, is keeping that personal thing. And this again, that's why I'm unique, because I do have that personal touch. And obviously my clients understand there are days, there are going to be weeks where I am going to be a lot slower paced because of my health or something that's going on with my daughter, because it is only me and my daughter. I don't have grandparents and stuff to fall back on. It is just literally me and her. And obviously there is stuff going on with her as well, that I can get called into meetings at any point, and I've got regular meetings at the moment as well, and that's only going to, as she goes back to school, that's only going to go up. So as Miss Liz said earlier, I do work sort of daytimes and night times, because whatever I can't get done through the day, I'll try and get done in the evening. But again, that all depends on when my daughter settles, which is part of what the picture is with my daughter, shall we say, because we haven't officially got a diagnosis, although we think we know what it is. So again, that's why I work all the hours. So it doesn't matter where you are based. Like, we can cross paths and stuff, and like there might be an odd occasion where if our time scales, it means that 3 o'clock in the morning is the best time for you, but for 3 a.m. for me, I'll maneuver things around and in my planner and stuff to allow for that. Right, I need to be on this call at this time, as best as I can, so I can do cater for worldwide and globally and stuff. So, but it is all about keeping that personal experience, and that's the big thing for me: customer experience over all, and keeping the personality and keeping the client on the website and not me.
Marie, I want to talk about moms. As a mom entrepreneur, mom small businesses, I want to speak to all the moms out there that want to do a business. It is hard, but you are capable of doing it, you
Yeah,
know. And I think we need to speak to moms that are running mom businesses, from home to other moms and say, you can do this, So, in part of your coaching, do you offer that in your coaching?
yeah, I do. So I can, at the moment, I'm still building all my packages and all my coaching stuff and things that I'm doing. I've got another cool thing that I'll be coming out hopefully next week that I've not spoken to anybody about apart from one person, just to get a bit of a flow for how I'm going to run it. So there is something hopefully coming out next week, if not it'll be the week after, that I'm bringing in that will help a lot of different people. So from people that are into gaming to people that are students to people that are on a budget to people that are not on a budget or they have an allowance to build something from. So again, I'm bringing in stuff like that, but also with my coaching, if I've listed something that you think, not quite right, but I wonder if you can do it, just message me, because 9 times out of 10, the answer will be, yeah, I can help. Obviously, I'm not a life coach and I'm not a business coach, so I won't touch on that side of things, but I will give advice and help where I can. And I've got contacts and connections just like yourself, Elizabeth. So if it's something that I physically can't deal with, I will go and see that person. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the whole thing,
Yeah.
is making connections and networking. I'm not selfish. I'm not going to keep people for myself. But at the same time, if I don't know it, but I know somebody else who does, I will refer you to that person to go to them for that bit of advice or whatever. But I will support all people. So if mums come to me and say, how on earth do you do it? Like, I'm quite happy to have a conversation. Like, do you know what I mean? You can see the bags under me. I'm tired. We're on summer holidays and I'm still trying to smash this out as much as I can. I am a bit behind at the moment on things, but that's because my daughter at the moment is not sleeping until 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I'm only getting an hour, 2 hours in tops at night to be able to work at the moment, and not much during the day directly because she is high stimulation child. She needs to be kept active. So it's not like I can just finger on an iPad or a tablet and just go, babe, do that. Mummy needs to do some work, because she can't sit still for that long. So it's not like I can. So I have got a high stimulated child as well. So I am still running a business. As I say, I am a little bit behind. We are on summer holidays. So I have got her home 24/7. It's not like she can go to a grandparent's house or anything like that. But I'm still managing to get my business out there. I'm still managing to connect with clients and talk to people. And I am still plowing through different bits and pieces that I'm working on at the same time. But it is just taking me that little bit longer at the moment. But it just shows it can be done. It may take a bit longer during half terms, especially 6 weeks off in the summer, to do things, but it can be done as long as you, like my recent blog, time planning and routines is everything. Obviously, with my child who's quite possibly ADHD, can't always guarantee the routine's going to stick because it depends on her. But I will try. I always try to stick as much to routine as possible so that I know X, Y, and Z is when I'm working, and she knows that I'm working, and I prep her if I'm going live so that she knows I'm going live, so she doesn't run in and out all the time. As Liz knows, through normal client calls, she does like to jump in a conversation and be nosy. So there are things and swings and roundabouts that you can do just being a single parent without having the access to aunties, uncles, grandparents and things as well, and still run a business full time. Um, I'm kind of between full time and part time at the moment just because it is summer holidays. But generally, I will work 9:30 till 2:30, and then I'll generally tend to work from like 9 till midnight. So it just, but then there's occasions, obviously, we've been on the phone later than that sometimes as well. So it just depends on the client. And so, but it is possible as long as you can manage your time.
Well, and
And
I
there is
think
out
I
there for
think
that.
Marie, as a single mom as well, you're also teaching Ruby how to run a business.
Yes.
So in the future, because Ruby has helped you with your printing and she's helped you try to understand. She asks us a lot of questions. She's in that
Hmm.
age range where she wants to know, right? And for all the moms out there that want to do a business or something, you're also implanting that into your children that they
Yeah.
can be, you don't
Yeah.
have to be out of the house. You can run a business from home. You can do these things, where 20 years ago we couldn't tell our kids that, right? It was the husband went to work, or and the woman stayed home and did all the housework and all of that stuff. Now there's more mompreneurs out there that are doing home style businesses and doing what you're doing, Marie.
Yeah.
And it's actually showing them that they can start their own business at any age too, because they're at home, and you can start like a little mini business, like
Yeah. Yeah,
like
you don't have to go straight in full time. It can start off as a hobby. It can start off as just something topping up your normal wage. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to go all in straight off like I did. But I kind of didn't have much choice. But
right.
it's what I wanted to do anyway. So I've just kind of gone all in with it. But then I work like a Trojan horse. So when I'm on full game and I haven't got Ruby shimworking in my ear every 5 seconds, I just smash out as much as I can during the time that I've got. It's like in the evenings, Elizabeth will tell you, in the evenings I can smash out so much when she's actually in bed and asleep.
Yeah.
But also Elizabeth's a witnessed again when she is up and she is going on one and asking those questions. I can't get a lot done because she just doesn't give me a chance to. So again, another thing is not just I'm a single mum, I've got a high stimulated child. So that's extra pressure again.
Yeah.
So it can be done. It can be done.
So Marie, you do printing services. When did you start the printing services?
So again, that was I got the equipment last year. So I've been dabbling and testing things out and trying different things for nearly a year before I've actually gone live with it, because obviously there's different types of vinyls, there's different types of printing, there's different temperatures for different items, and there's certain textures you can print on, certain textures you can't print on. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't work on certain. There's just so much that goes into printing an item. It's not as simple as some people think of. Oh, it's just a transfer, you put it on and iron it. It's not. Like, I have bits. I'm currently surrounded by bits of vinyl, like literally bits of. I've got some stuff here that I'm doing that are extra pieces. I've got stuff this side of me that I'm surrounded by vinyl off camera at the minute for a client that I'm doing, ready to go on tops and things. So I'm kind of, it's lots of different bits and elements within a printing of an item. So it's not just as simple. I've got to design it, I've got to transfer it into a software, I've then got to cut it into the vinyl, I've then got to pick the vinyl, and then if it's a layered design, it's different the way you print that again to how it is if it's just like one image. So like your stuff, Elizabeth, for example, is just a image, so I can press that all in one. But if you've got multiple colors on the same design, you've got to print it in stages, but you can't necessarily do it too quickly, because otherwise the vinyl at the bottom melts and expands, and then you mess up the whole top and you've got to start again. So it can be quite tedious. It does take a lot of patience, and sometimes you do need high like concentration as well. So with some prints it is simple, other prints are a lot harder, which is why sometimes I have had to turn customers away and say I can't, just because it's a different type of printing that I currently cannot do. And I don't like having to turn clients away, but I'm not going to be the one that sits there and says, yeah, I can do it, and it comes out rubbish, or it cracks, or it that's not me. So there are easier ways of doing things, but it doesn't last as long.
So we
Like
have a question. We have a question for you, Marie. How much did it cost to get into the printing business?
So my startup cost for the printing business was nearly $3,500. Initial startup.
So that's with the equipment and everything, right?
Yeah. So that's including the equipment and all the different types of vinyl, because obviously there's different types of vinyl for different things. So all the different types of vinyl for the heat press, for the cutting machine, for the software, making sure that I had a computer that can run the capacity for the graphics, not necessarily the speed, but for the graphics. Because if you're doing a complex design, you need to be able to have the graphics high spec for it to be able to convert it properly. So again, it can range between a few different things. There are cheaper options out there, depending on the machines you go for. But I wanted one that can print hats as well as t-shirts, and so my machine is like an 8-in-1. I haven't sussed out 90% of the parts of it yet, and one part of it I'm still really struggling with. I will suss it. It will not beat me because nothing beats me. But I will suss it at some point. But that part of the machine is a lot more complicated again because of angles and shapes, and so again you've got to change the way you're printing and cutting. So like my computer itself cost me nearly £1,000, but I have gone up a scale for mine because I do the IT work as well. So I do need it to have the fast processors as well as the graphics as a whole, but you can get a simpler computer that's just got the graphics and not necessarily the high speeds that I've got. So mine's the equivalent of a gaming computer. So my computer will quite happily run like GTA and stuff like that quite easily with nothing on it. So I have gone up a spec on my computer, but it's because I do the web design and I want to make sure that my computer runs as smoothly as possible. I have 3 monitors. You don't need 3 monitors. I just work better with the 3, especially if I'm flicking between projects or I've got one thing I'm converting, one thing I'm cutting, and one thing I'm designing all at the same time, which I do. My friend came down to visit me a couple of weeks ago, and she was like, "Yeah, I can't cope with the three screens. I can't." And she's like, "How do you get that from there to there?" And I'm like, "You just drag it." So, but that's what I do. So again, if you've got a setup where you've only got 1 monitor, but you would like to go to 2 and you don't know how to do it, again, I can help with that side of things as well. So anything on those lines, I can help. I can jump in. I can give you advice on. I can jump on a call. We can sort out things. And if you have no idea where to start, again, keep an eye out in the next couple of weeks because that might help with what I've got coming up in the next couple of weeks if you don't know where to start. Because yeah, that's something new I'm bringing in.
I love that she has nuggets, right? Because you want to stay engaged. You want to stay, you want to always have something coming new. Keep your customers engaged. Keep them entertained. What's coming next? What package can I get? What is she going to bring to the table next? If you just continue the same pattern, you lose the clients, you lose the customers, right? Because then they're just like, oh, well, that's all she does. Like she's not growing, she's not changing, right? So what products do you offer with your printing?
So with the printing at the moment, I've got t-shirts, I've got hoodies, I've got vest tops. I have tote bags, which is the other thing we've got for you as well.
Oh yes, the tote bags. I forgot the tote bags.
We've got the pencil cases. I've got mugs, both in white and the magic ones. High vis jackets or vests. I can do aprons. I've got quite a few that I can do, but there's also quite a bit that I can't do that I want to move into. But that's a completely different type of printing. So that's again more equipment in a different way for that one. So at the moment I can't do that side of it, but I want to because that open up like coffee beakers and stuff like that as well. But for now I can't go that far. I am currently looking into a pet range as well to offer like dog t-shirts and stuff like that as well, and blankets and things. But again, I'm trying to find a supplier that I like the quality of and everything else with, which at the moment is proving a little bit difficult on the pet front. But I won't give up. I will not give up.
You never do.
I will
conquer.
So yeah.
Marie, I want to get into your T. So if I give you the letters TEA, what words are you giving me?
I'm giving you tough, evolving, and accomplished.
Now, why those 3 words?
So, T obviously representing the past, because obviously I know your brand very well, so I know what we're representing. So
she knows it because she works it.
Oh yes, I work it. So for the T for tough for me, as you can imagine, being a single parent, and like I've said about no support, I've lost both parents. I lost my dad at 25. I lost my mum at 30, just turned 30. So I lost both parents before I'd even have my daughter. So she has no idea on her grandparents. Losing my mum was not even in the UK. It was in a foreign country. We were on holiday, on a family holiday at the time. So things were not easy. I was bullied through school for being bigger. I've been through a lot, and then I've had a lot of other things as well, which I won't go into on this particular show, that have had to go on as well, and there's certain things I will not share directly. That's been with my daughter as well. So I've been through a hell of a lot, and I don't like using the word tough, but it's been tough, which is where like my strength comes from, and why my mantra is what my mantra is. Which you will see at the bottom of part of it, at the bottom of every single one of my posts, because it is my signature. So for me, it's just, I'm still fighting. I've got broad shoulders, and they've taken their fair share of weight, and I'm still pushing forward. So it just, for me, it's just, yeah, it's massive, because I'm one tough cookie.
You are. And that's why we work so well together, because we're both tough cookies, and we just don't give up. We're just like, no, it will not win.
Yep. And I still have things thrown at me on a weekly basis at the minute.
So the E is the present, and you gave me evolving. So I want to know what you're evolving in.
I am. So if you had met me 3 years ago before I moved to Wales, I was vulnerable. I was broken. I wasn't me. I didn't know who I was. I'd made the courageous decision to up and relocate well over 100 miles away, leaving behind 90% of my friends, and basically just restarting life with my daughter. And I got called crazy. I got told I wasn't going to go. I got told that you'll come back. And 3 years later, I'm still here and I'm not going back. But if you were to see my growth in those 3 years and how I'm still growing even now, I'm evolving. I'm evolving as a person. I am changing. I am growing. I'm doing everything to make sure my past does not hold me back, and my past does not reflect on my daughter. So therefore, I'm evolving and I'm changing constantly.
And the last one is the future, and you gave me accomplished.
Yes. For me, if I can be fully stood on my own 2 feet and know that I've come up from the ground from basically having to restart my entire life again, and know that my daughter has got the ethic of you can achieve anything you set your mind to, I'm accomplished. I've done exactly what I'm out here to do. So for me, the future, I will be accomplished in no matter what I put my mind to, whether it is business, whether it's being a parent, whether it's being whatever. I will be accomplished, and I will be happy. And I can say I'm happy now. I wasn't 3 years ago. I'm actually happy now. And for me, that's everything.
I love it. And we have a comment here for your tea. Wow, you blew me away. Now I understand Miss Liz's tea better. Everyone serves a different tea. And if you follow the website, you follow Marie, and you follow Miss Liz, you'll understand that the tea is the past, the present, and the future. We all have a past story, we all have a present, and we all have a future. You know, it's how we serve. And 3 words actually make a difference in your life. Like the 3 words that Marie just served: tough, evolving, and accomplished. 3 words make her story. 3 words can make your story as well. When we serve our T's, when we serve our purpose and our whys in life, you know. So now I want to get into your favorite color. You have blue. It's blue on the logo, but your favorite color is red, Marie. So why red?
Fierce. Fierce, just straight up, it's fierce. Like, you see, when people see red, obviously people see bulls, people see like China, like their red is lucky, I think it is, over in China, the red envelopes and things for them are lucky. So for me, I am very lucky to have the life that I've got. I am very lucky to have experienced what I have experienced, even though they haven't been great, even though they have been challenges, they have been fighting, they have been tough, they have broken me to a shivering wreck on the floor. They have also built me up to be who I am now, to be able to sit here with you and share a tea. And although I'm drinking coffee, but yeah,
she's
share
not
a
a
tea.
tea drinker. We've
Gotta
already
throw
had
one
that
in there.
discussion.
Gotta throw that in there. Do you know what I mean? So for me, red is just fierce, it's bold, it's lucky, it's positive, and it's me. I'm a Leo lion. I'm fierce.
Yeah.
So red just says everything, but blue is obviously my calming colour. So when I need my calming moments, bedtime. When I need my calming moments, it's blue. But for me as a person, I am fierce. I am Leo the lion. I will roar when I have to roar. Does not happen very often. But when I have to roar, I will roar. So it's just red.
Well, Marie, and you say you're fierce like a lion. You should be fierce like a dragon because you got the dragon on your flag. Like
I
I
have.
just like the Wales flag. I love it. It's gorgeous. It has a dragon on it, guys. It doesn't have a polka dot. It doesn't have a star. It has maple leaf. It has a dragon.
It
So there's
has.
the fierce. Like she's living where the fierce is. Like she's a blowing dragon, fierce woman. So check her out. Check out her website. Check out the Facebook page. I've actually put the Facebook page up there because Marie's all of her collaborations are on that Facebook page. All of her packages are on that page. Share that page. If there's somebody that's looking for services, share Marie's Facebook page. We're going to get it building up and we're going to get people seeing it. So now I want to get into the collaborations because you have some incredible collaborations. And I want to start with, for me, the biggest one that I think is the coolest. And it's not me, guys. I'm not even going. Marie's even going to be shocked. It's Rebecca Adams, her expansion Ignite event that is coming up. You want to check out and get your t-shirts and get that. Miss Liz, yes, you can get Miss Liz's black and white collection there too. But I'm about sharing other people's growths as well. You can see if you go and you grab Rebecca's collection, you can see another cool collection that Marie's going to talk about that I think is really cool. Is the MKG
MSK.
MSK collection, and then there's a Miss Liz collection, and she has a tutu train. So if you want to jump on the train and get collaborating with Marie, like she's just moving along, she's evolving. So I want you to talk a little bit about Rebecca's collection, and then the next one, and then Miss Liz, and all of that good stuff, and where you want to take the collaborations with all of us.
Yeah, so the first collaboration I've got is with the amazing Rebecca Adams. She is a life and business mentor, mastery coach. She is incredible. She is also one of my very, 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 very good friends. She has loads of courses on offer. So expansion, as you mentioned briefly, expansion is actually, I don't want to kind of promote too much because it's on your channel, but it is coming back again in the next few weeks. So you will see posts from me starting to advertise expansion again. But expansion is the one course that I did when I moved, when Rebecca first ever launched it, and she created the course, and I did that. And I tell you what, there was a lot of things within that course that caught me off guard, I will say, made me think, made me analyze everything that was going on, made me acknowledge my feelings, my emotions, things that I thought I'd blocked out that actually was still there and is still a trigger. And she talks you through the process. It's 4 weeks, 5 with graduate week as well. It's absolutely amazing, the course. It's helped me dramatically release a lot of things. She then has the amazing Ignite convention. Now, she did Ignite this year, which was the first thing I did as MHBiz, was the Ignite convention, because I was her tech for that, and I am her tech again for 2024. It is an empowerment convention held in Bath in the UK in April. It's over a Friday and a Saturday. It's a 2-day course with amazing guest speakers from all across the world, covering a lot of different things. Lots of different subjects will be covered. And after coming out of this year, since April, wow, my whole outlook on things were completely different again and again and again. And I still go back to like the notes and things from her event, and even now I'm like, I remember that bit, I'm going to include that, or I'm going to do that. And it's just truly incredible. You do come out of the event drained. It does take a lot of energy because there is 12 incredible speakers, all sharing completely different stories, completely different things. And again, if you want your tickets for that, check me out as well. I'm sharing it. Obviously, Elizabeth, you've got Ignite as well, which you're sharing. So we've both got Ignite that we're sharing out there at the moment. On my business page, you will see expansion being shared. You will see Ignite being shared on a weekly basis. When expansion's out, it's weekly. When with Ignite, it's weekly, right up to the event. All the information's on there, and it links you to Rebecca's website. And on there, she has everything that's amazing. So with her Ignite event, not only am I her IT tech, I also do the Ignite t-shirts for the event and the empowerment t-shirts for the event as well. So we've got those on there. So I have got an empowerment range completely on the website. I cover everything. I don't leave anybody out, which then brings me on to my second collaboration with the gorgeous and amazing Kenny, otherwise known as MSK, Miss Special K. Kenny is a drag queen based in Norwich in the UK. I have known Kenny for 10 years on and off. I met him out in Gran Canaria, and I really wanted to bring in the diversity of the fact that I can work with anyone and I can adapt to anything and any person, no matter where they're from, what backgrounds they've got, what their story is, what their vision is. I can work with it. And I approached him to say, basically, I want to do an LGBTQ range, but I don't want to upset anybody with any of the terminologies that I use. I don't want people to think like I'm coming into their community and taking over, when all I want to do is I want to make sure that everyone is included. He come back with, let's do a collab, and before you know it, we've now got 5 ranges. We've got a Christmas range as well, which obviously will come up more towards Christmas. So we've got the Drag Unite range, which with that we are fundraising. So at £1 from every top or t-shirt sold, from that range goes to the Norwich Pride charities, as well to, there's lots of stuff that they do, but they are all based around Pride and helping people mental health wise and everything. They're brilliant. We have our Legends range and our Blonde Ambition range. So we have silhouettes of the likes of Elvis, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, Madonna, Lady Gaga, RuPaul, and a couple of others. And then we have our Rainbow range, which was the first range we created together, which is obviously rainbow vinyl. Again, a few different designs for that. So we've got a lot there as well. So I work really closely with Kenny. Kenny works really closely with me. We absolutely love what we do and what we share together. And then we have you. So me and you, obviously, we've been in talks for quite a while about bringing in it. But again, with the branding colours that you've got, I just can't get the vinyl to match. And we both agreed that I'm not prepared to do something that is not your branding colours directly. So again, bringing in the fact that I will quite happily sit there and say, I can't get these colours. What can we do that's different? Hence, we did the black and white collection. So again, so now working alongside Elizabeth with that, and then obviously now being your IT admin as well in the background. So I've got the collab there with you. There is one more collab that's coming out in the next couple of months with another person. I'm just working on a few things in the background for her first, and then she will be live completely on the website as well. But I am looking for other people to collaborate with. So as I mentioned earlier, with my health issues and the printing, I'd much rather take people on board that will do like bulk items, or it's event tops, or it's a collaboration collection like with Miss Liz. She's got her brand already, she's got her thing. She wanted a UK printer, so, and I can ship worldwide. Obviously the postage is not included in the prices on the website, so that will be added on at the shop, but I will ship worldwide, which is why we work well together, because you wanted something different. I can provide it. I shipped all the stuff out to you in Canada, and to be fair, it didn't actually take as long as we both thought it would take.
No, it was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick, wasn't it? We didn't expect it to be that quickly, so we were a bit panicking when we were launching. We were like, "Oh, are we going to get it all there in time?"
Well, and it made it hard to put a certain date on it, because we were like, okay, it's supposed to be in on this date, but it came in on this date, so it kind of gave us like a push oh,
Yeah,
okay, we're going to do it this way then instead of
yeah,
that way. So it kind
yeah.
of gave us a different perspective on how to do the launch, and sometimes launches don't go the way we expect them to go.
Nope.
Things happen, postal services happen, life
Life happens.
happens, other events happen, things just happen. So you have to be open to being okay with things not falling into place all the time.
Yeah,
We have to not have so much expectations that it's going
yeah,
to happen boom this way, when life is going to throw you a curveball and it's going to say no, it's going to happen that way. You have to be prepared for plan B all the time.
yeah.
So
Exactly that. And sometimes it does have to go to a plan B because there's nothing. Some things are out of my control, whether it is supplier issues, stock issues, printing issues, postal issues, because we're going further than just the UK. But even then, with last year, with the postal strikes we had, I have no idea if we're going to be facing the same again this year. So again, it could well be October, November, December. We have postal strikes again, where we're going to struggle again with that. So I don't think it really matters too much whether now we're in the UK or not. Everywhere you can't control the postal strikes. Like I have post that comes next day. I also have post that it's meant to be next day and I get it 4 days later. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it is so hit and miss. I can send things next day delivery. They don't always go next day. It's things like that are out of my control. Suppliers are out of my control. If they up their prices, then I have to up mine, not necessarily because I want to, because I have to. Do you know what I mean? And then, as we say, life gets in the way. Like something to come up with my daughter, or something to come up with me, and it knocked me for a couple of days, and then I got to bounce back, or I get too tired because I am at it all the time, and I don't give myself enough me time at times, and then I kind of like a phone battery, I'm running on empty, and I have to stop, and I have to take a couple of days for me, and I have to slow down, but it's okay. It is okay to slow down and it is okay to take a break and it is okay to sit there and admit I'm running behind. It's out of my control. I can't do nothing, or like a product goes out of stock, doesn't come back in stock, but you've already used that product for a client and you can't get the same stock again. Colours may vary slightly as well. Stuff so for me, it can be that I have to change a slight colour slightly, like it's a different shade of gold or it's a different shade of green, ever so slight, because the manufacturers have changed the way that they printed it.
Yeah.
I don't know that until it arrives, and it's out of my control. Or I go to the suppliers to pick up a t-shirt and they've changed the thread slightly in colour, so one looks slightly darker than the other, but it's the same colour, it's the same t-shirt that I've picked. So I kind of learned quite quickly that I've had to put shades may vary slightly, because sometimes I can go and pick up a batch of 5, 2 weeks later I can go back and go, I have to get another 3. Those 3 are slightly different to those 5, but it's the same thing that I've ordered. That's out of my control. I
Yeah.
physically can't. As much as it drives me insane, I physically can't do anything about it. Like, do you know what I mean? And like with website hosting, they change their prices, they change what's included all the time. Again, I can't control that. It drives me nuts because then it feels like I'm giving my clients and customers the wrong information. But in actual fact, it's not me. Somebody else has changed that information and I haven't clicked it straight away, or I haven't seen it straight away, or whatever. And it's stressful sometimes, but honesty is the best policy. And if I upset a client by saying I'm sorry, but the then I can't really do a lot.
Yeah.
My hands are tied, and sometimes, like, do you know what I mean? Um, but that's the whole thing about being personal within business and making sure that you are still human. Like, we're all human at the end of the day. Things do go wrong, things do take a little bit more time, but we all get there in the end. But
Well, and what I really like working with you, Marie, is because we're on different time zones, right? We're 5 hours difference.
yeah,
So I can go to Marie and I can say, Marie, I need this done, but I don't expect Marie to do it like boom instant. I give Marie a list and she's like, Liz, okay, when I have it I will get to it, and she is good for that. When she says that she can do it, she will do it and it gets done. And I like that I can have that open conversation and say, you know what, I don't know if that's really what I want. Let's do it a different way, or let's try it this way for a little bit, and if it doesn't work we're going to change.
yeah,
So we have that open communication and that conversation where we can say, you know what, okay, I'm not
Yeah.
understanding what you mean right now. So let me tell you, you know, or let's get on a Zoom call. We've done that
Yeah.
a couple of times where
Yeah.
I'm not understanding how to do certain things because Marie is my assistant. So the website, Marie kind of coached me along on how to get certain things in order because I've never ever done this before in my life. It took me 4.5 months to build that website. So am I really protected of my website? Yes, I am, because it took me a long time to build it. So, and Marie understands where I'm going with it. And it's really important to get somebody that works on your websites and your IT and any of your personal branding stuff that gets where your brand is
Yeah.
going or what your brand wants to do. And Marie, you do that. Like you
Yeah.
are very open and saying, you know what, okay, I get it. And if you don't get it, you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, that I don't understand that, you know. So for any of the people that are out there, the listeners that are out there, and if you're looking for somebody different, you want that personal touch, you want that connection where you can have that conversation, you can jump on a Zoom call, you can, you know, pick up a phone, send a text message. Marie is the one to do it. I highly, highly recommend this woman. Like I respect her wholeheartedly, and the work that she does is incredible. She goes out of her way, and I think all the moms out there, all the moms that are listening, and all the moms that are going to watch the replay, I just want to thank you for being a mom, and keep pushing through and showing other moms that it can be done, Marie, because we need that. We need leaders that show the way, and that's what you do for moms out there. So, do you have any final messages for the viewers out there?
Just be you. Just be you. And if you want something, go for it. Like I took the risk of selling up the house that I had and moving over 100 miles away, not knowing a single person in the world. I took the risk on me to do it, and for me, I won't look back. I went back down the other day to where I live to go and pick somebody up for a friend's wedding in Wales, and they said to me, "Do you reckon you'd move back?" My honest answer, no, no, will not come. I spent 33 years of my life in that place. I won't go back. So that's a massive change for 33 years to now 3 years over here, and I won't go back. So don't let anything hold you back. If you think you can do it, go for it. Even if you don't think you can do it, go for it. Because the more you put your mind to it and the more that you want it, the more you can do it. You can sit there and you can say, yeah, but I've got this and I've got that. And find ways around it. No matter what you want, just go for it in life and enjoy every minute of what you want to do. And the best thing is when you find something you want to do and you love it, it shows in your work. It shows in the way that you help people. It shows in the way that you speak to people. Like me and Miss Liz can have banters on the phone, like absolute banter. We'll be laughing and cracking each other up. Like I said earlier, I drink coffee, she drinks tea. We banter about that all the time. But that's just us.
Yeah, I can't get her to do the tea, guys. She won't do
Yeah,
the tea. She'll do the coffee, but she won't do the tea. And I'm okay with that because you know what? I do have my coffee in the morning. I have my one cup of
yeah,
coffee, and then it's tea for the rest of the day.
yeah,
So I do have a little
yeah,
bit of, you know, I let it slide a little bit, and we go back and forth on that a lot. She's like, oh, I don't know
we do.
about this tea, and then she's like, oh, I'm the coffee. So as long as Marie has her coffee, she's fine.
As long as I've got it, we're all good. And by the bucket load some days. But yeah, so no matter what, just go for it. Just absolutely go for it. And my mantra is always remember you're stronger than you believe. You have overcome every hurdle you have faced. And it's true, especially for me, I have overcome every hurdle that steps in front of me. I will find a way around it. I will find my way through it. I may need a little bit of support on the way, which I turn to certain people for. Rebecca is mainly one because she is the mindset queen and she will kick my bum when I need it. She will kick my bum when I need it. And she will always help. If I can't do anything and I'm like, mate, where do I go? I turn to her. Find that one person that you can turn to and say, I'm struggling or I can't see a way around this. Find that one person that you can go to and you can put things out on a plate. Doesn't matter how it comes out, as long as it comes out and that person can help or support you, you'll get through anything. And even if you don't, during business, you will find that person somewhere. Along your journey, that person will show themselves to you. So anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. Do your research, plan it out, see what makes you different, see what makes you unique. and go for it. Just go for it.
So we're almost at the finish line here. We got 5 minutes left. So I want to get into the word because I asked you one word to give me to describe you as a person. And you gave me two. So I want the two words. So the words that you gave me were unique and strong. And I want to know why those two words, Marie.
So for me, unique, there's only one of me. There is only one of me. Like, I know people out there say, oh, you've got a double. I'm just me. Like, I am crazy. I'm a hard worker, but I'm unique because I am me. And the way that I look at things, like the fact that I've connected IT and printing together as one business to save people having to go to separate businesses, makes me unique because I look at things differently. The way that I bring out my products and my services is unique to me. So everything I do, I try to find something within that thing that I offer that is unique and different to everybody else to make me stand out from the crowd. And every single thing that I do, I make sure I'm different in doing it. My strong word, losing both parents, hitting rock bottom, being vulnerable, having a child with no support, going through the things I have been through that I hope no other mother ever has to go through with their child than what I have. To go through that and still be fighting, it's a whole different level. And to get through that, I had to be strong. Not just for me, but for my, at the time, 3-year-old. I had to be strong. And for me, strong and unique are the two things. If you can be strong and find your strength for somewhere, and you can be unique, you're winning. Even if people don't think you are, you're winning. Because you have to win yourself.
I really love it, because when you say unique and strong, I think MH Biz. I think Marie Harris. I think if anybody would like to reach out to you and get to work with you, Marie, how can they reach you?
They can come through on the website, obviously, mariaharrisbiz.com. They can come through on Facebook, which again, it's Maria Harris Biz. Yeah, on Facebook as well. I have a page and a group. The group is under MH Biz directly, not Maria Harris Biz. I am on Instagram as well, or just send me a private message, or you can email me through the website. Either way, I will pick it up and I will come back to you. So if you do want to connect with me in any way, shape or form, you can contact through me. Alternatively, go to Elizabeth. Elizabeth will pass you through to me. So awesome. We can connect in different ways.
So before we wrap up, we have less than 3 minutes here. I want to get it out there again, Marie, for any of the packages or anything like that, the price range and planning and all that. Can they go to your website and see each package and all that?
Yeah. So on the website, I have like the basics of packages. So I have, for an example, IT wise, I have 3 PA packages. However, they are not set in stone directly. If there is something that you need from one package, but something else from another package that you need, I will tailor your package to you as a business. So like if, for an example, Elizabeth come to me and said, right, Maria, I need you to do more than this for me. I need you to do da 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 da. But it's not a direct package I've got. I will custom that package to Elizabeth directly, and I will do the same for anybody else that comes to me as well. Same with websites. I have 2 different levels of my websites. I have a full e-commerce website option build, and I have a normal website build without a shop. I have different options for different things. So the prices are on the website, but don't necessarily say that they will be the exact price, because if I have to tailor the package to your needs, the prices may change slightly. T-shirts and printing wise, they won't change, but IT services, they won't.
And the prices are really decent, guys. So if you're in Canada or United States, even with the exchange rate, they are a good price. So if you want to check it out, it's www.marieharrisbiz.com. So Marie, I'll get you to spell it out, the website, for all the listeners out there that aren't seeing the video.
Yep, so it's mariaharrisbiz.com. So it's MariaHarrisBiz.com.
Thank you.
And Facebook is MH Biz, BIZ.
Thank you so much. So check out the Facebook page, check out her website, and check out the black and white collection on Miss Liz's website. I will see everybody back here at 7 p.m. for the last tea time of this week with Newton Vandrill, and we'll be talking about gender equality. So we're going to be talking about understanding family and connection and stuff like that. So, and he has an amazing book that he wrote. It's called The Adventures of the Soul Sisters. So we're going to check that out, and we'll be back at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the last show. And again, thank you, Marie. Thank you to all the listeners out there. If you want to learn more about Miss Liz, check out Miss Liz's website, www.misslizsteatime.com. And I will see everybody at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the last show.